Welcome to today's chart review. Today is actually a Saturday, and we're gonna go over what I can kind of expect to see or what I am looking to happen into next week. As always, if I ever do these on the weekends, this is kind of just like what I'm looking for in the next week to be prepared for the upcoming week. Like obviously anything can happen. The market can do whatever it's want. It's up to you and it's up to me to really soak in the information that's being presented to us at the time. Like this is kind of just what I'm looking at. But if we're looking on ES, I'm on the 4 hour right now, and we have clearly been bullish. Like this whole run is just a whole expansion move, and I think that we could start to see an upcoming reversal here. So if we see, in my opinion, this looks like a clear market maker sell model on the higher time frame. This looks like clear. We've been generating all of these lows on our way up. We have a prominent low, we're generating, we never take it, and we're just generating. So if I was to look at this time frame, if I were to look at this chart on like the 1 minute, I would expect to see a possible sign of a reversal coming here to then target all this low resistance liquidity that we have been building. But keep in mind, wait, hold up, okay, never mind. But keep in mind that like kind of this whole way up, we have been building like low resistance liquidity. But now I think that we actually could see a reversal. And that's just kind of what I am looking at personally. If we look at NQ as well, I'm going to be bullish for the first 3 days of the week. I'm going to be pretty bullish. If we look on the 4 hour and hourly, I still think that we are in this market maker buy model. So I view the market that we're either in a market maker buy model or a market maker sell model, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay, so right now, what did we do? We are generating liquidity, and then we have now rebalanced price to this 4 hour fair value gap, this daily fair value gap. Again, this was the FOMC fair value gap. This was a huge fair value gap that we had. So if I'm looking at this chart, I'm expecting and I'm looking for price to possibly bounce here, and that's what we're doing. We're now bouncing. As soon as we start, if we get displacement up, I know that the draw is likely going to be this high and potentially all-time highs. So this is what I'm looking at. I want to see displacement up coming Monday or Tuesday, and then I want to see validation that we do want to run to this high. We have now created a fair value gap. We do have some form of displacement. We have just taken sell side on the 1 hour time frame. So this is looking kind of bullish in my opinion. This is looking pretty bullish. I'm going to be bullish in the upcoming week, but I want to see the market show me that we want to be bullish. Once we get this displacement, I think we'll have a very nice opportunity to target this high, this high, and this high, because this will be a market maker buy model. I think that this week, we will have good opportunity. Keep in mind, we do have NFP this week. NFP is Friday, so just keep that in mind. I will likely trade on a demo account Friday, but it all depends on what the market's doing. Again, NFP is a big news event. It's the first Friday of every month, typically. So I'm going to be a little bit hesitant to take trades here on Friday, but I will if price looks clean. If the charts are looking clean, it's all dependent on what the chart does. Like I'm not going to come into every single day and try to predict what price is doing, but we have reasons to why we could possibly bounce. We now have this 1 hour fair value gap. And honestly, y'all, the price action... Thursday I had a chart review and I had to end it earlier because I got I had to take someone to the ER, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I had to take someone to the ER during the chart review. It was just kind of like threw me off. But Thursday, I'll kind of go over it right now. Just like there was not a trade here. If we're looking at the 15-minute, this just looks awful. This is just a consolidation. This is just accumulation, and then we could possibly see another manipulation, and then another distribution. But right now, I would like to see a manipulation at the lows here, and then distribution on the upside, to then complete this market maker buy model. And if we're looking at ES is so much more bullish than NQ. ES is looking a lot more bullish. As you can see, the draw is all-time highs. Look at this big displacement candle to the upside. It tells me that price does indeed want to go higher. We've kind of rebalanced to the 1 hour fair value gap. That's kind of what's looking at. We've taken sell side. It's kind of the same story on ES, but ES just looks a lot more bullish, and I think that we will come up and take this all-time high. So what I'm looking for on ES is I would like to see us come down and potentially soup this low and then get displacement higher. Once we take this low, or if we take this low and we get displacement like this, we could see a possible entry, but obviously we'll have London and Asian sessions, so I think that this move will already happen by the time I'm looking to trade it. This could be a possible decent like London trade, but if I wake up and price is already taken this all-time high, I will be a little bit conservative, or I will be a little bit hesitant to really take a trade. But it also depends on NQ, because NQ still looks clear that we want to run to this high. And what I do want to talk about is if we do get displacement higher, and if NQ does come and take this external high on this market maker buy model, because you all see how this could be a market maker buy model. We have buy side of this curve, and then we also have sell side of the curve. So in my opinion, we are going to come and target this high. And the reason why I think that we don't have to complete this model, but I would like us to, is because ES is very bullish, and I think that ES could potentially, where is it? Take this high, because once ES takes this high, we'll have an SMT, because this is this high. NQ is nowhere near taking this high, but ES is like all the way up in this range. ES is looking a lot stronger. So once ES takes this high, we could possibly form an SMT here, or we will have an SMT here if ES comes up and takes this high. So the SMT isn't going to like end all be all. SMT is just an added confirmation. So with that being said, like if we have an SMT, if ES comes up and takes this high, and if we get like big displacement back inside the range, we could start to see price reverse. But I don't think that really will happen, just because ES or NQ looks like we're clearly in a buy side, in a buy model. So once NQ comes up and completes this model, if we validate that we do want to go higher, I would like to see an SMT be put in place. I mean, it depends on how we do, but we could come up and take all-time highs. But if we don't, we will form an SMT, because ES is in all-time highs, and then we could possibly see a reversal in the upcoming week to target this low, and then this generated low. And that's kind of just my bias. As always, like every trade I take has to be validated by what the market's doing. I'm not gonna come into the market and predict for price to do what I think it could do. I have to see it happen. But that's kind of just what I'm looking at going into the next week. And I don't really have much else. Honestly, I just want to get on here, explain what I was looking at in the upcoming weeks. What are y'all looking at? Let me know. I posted like some stuff in my daily bias, kind of just validate. And what I do want to get better at this week and going on in the upcoming weeks is kind of zoom out a little bit and use the 1 minute as an entry model, and then use the 1 minute less as so if we're on the 15 minute, I want to use the already existing bias on the 15 minute and then drop down to the 1 minute and then use the 1 minute as my entry. This week I've kind of just been using the 1 minute a little bit too much, so I want to take an entry with an already existing higher time frame bias instead of kind of just like being on the 1 minute a little bit too much. I also do want to again, sharpen your conviction, bro. Like, especially the position that I'm in, there's always going to be someone saying something to you. There's always going to be someone out there telling you to do something the opposite of what you're doing. There's always going to be that. But I would say, bro, just stick to you and stick to what you've been building on. Don't switch. Don't, like, if you guys are in my Discord and if you see me saying something completely different of what you have been doing, yes, you can look at it and take it into account. But, bro, you should not be listening to everything I say. You should not be listening to every little detail, because at the end of the day, I am not going to be the one that's going to be placing your orders. You're not going to be the one that's going to be placing my orders. Everyone sees the market a little bit differently. Everyone has a different conviction in the market. Everyone, like, we can trade the same exact concepts, but at the end of the day, like, we could be taking slightly different trades because we see the market a little bit different. You might have different conviction. So if someone's telling you to buy here, buy here. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Why are you seeing it like that? Don't listen to what people say. If people say that you took a bad trade and you had conviction with it and you know that your system is profitable over time, then like don't care about what other people say to you. Like people are going to criticize you no matter what. Just but stick true to yourself. That's key within this journey. That's key within this journey, especially if you're on social media, bro. I don't really got much else. It's kind of just a quick little chart review, kind of seeing what we're looking at the upcoming weeks. And yeah, we'll be doing these every single day, and I'm enjoying doing these. So I will see you guys Monday. And oh, actually, I do want to go over news. I don't know what just happened though. Okay, so Monday we have PMI again. No, we finally this is our first red folder, our first Monday with red folder news in a minute. I actually think that Monday we will have good action. I think Monday will be clear. If London looks like this, if we get an expansion move higher, maybe like something like this Monday, I think that we will have a good setup Monday. If we get something like this, it will look a lot clearer in my opinion that we want to run to this high. But it all depends on what we do overnight. And then Tuesday we have Joel's Jobs opening. Okay, nice. We have a bunch of like little news. Let's go Narita. And then Wednesday Powell actually speaks. Anytime recently when Powell has spoken, when it's just like a red folder news like that, I will still be looking to trade, but I will keep in mind that Powell is speaking. Just because Powell is speaking does not mean that he's just going to drastically move the market, but who knows, he could. So I will not be in a trade at 12:10 or before this, but I will notice it. I will notice it, and I will keep that in account that Powell is speaking. But just because he's speaking does not mean that I'm not going to be able to take a trade. Like, I'm still going to be looking to trade that day. But I am going to notice that he is speaking. Okay, and then we have unemployment claims. All right. And then we have NFP. So I think that this week actually will be a great week, honestly. The charts are starting to look a little bit clearer. Again, Friday or Thursday, actually, I had a chart review, but it kind of got cut short. But basically, Thursday, I was on my demo account, and I was happy that I recognized the conditions. Like, days like this are just when you're just setting yourself back in your journey, or you're just going to set yourself back in the journey to try to catch an opportunity that really isn't there. The market hardly moved at all, and because we didn't have a reason to. Kind of going to go over. But we had Seek and Destroy. If you don't know what Seek and Destroy is, it's pretty much we have Asia consolidation or Asia high and low, and then that gets taken by London high and low, and then we take London high low in New York. So it's kind of like range here, and then we take this range here, and then we take this range here in New York. So we're really just within this range, and then look at what happened after. Like we had New York high and low, and then we were kind of just within this that whole day. Like Thursday, I honestly don't even think I should have been on live. I don't even think I should have been trading live, but I was doing it on demo account just to kind of see price action. But Thursday was horrific. This week, keep in mind this week, price action did not look very clean. Actually, is there any way y'all want to like go over like possible trades? I do think that. Okay, so Monday we came in the market Monday. Yeah, I just want to replay this action and see kind of what happens. Okay. Can I'm gonna delete all these drawings. I'm gonna keep buy side there. Yeah, this week price action was all right. But this week I really think that there's going to be much better weeks in the future, and like any week that there's bad action, there's going to be another week that we have good action. Like I'm not going to come into a week and completely destroy what I've been building just because we had a bad week. Like I'm not going to let that happen. All right, so we have put in a buy side level now, and we have this daily fair value gap coming into Monday. We have this huge daily imbalance that I'm looking to see, are we gonna bounce off of this? Are we gonna react off of this? So that's kind of what I'm gonna be looking at, and yeah, let's kind of see. So on the 15-minute, we have taken some form of sell side here. Is there a like a 1 hour imbalance that we might? Okay, so I'm looking at this 1 hour imbalance. Let's see. Are we gonna bounce here? Are we going to bounce here? Okay, we kind of have 5-minute. We just had a huge sell off here, so I need to see more structure to validate. Like there's not really an existing model here, but actually this could on like lower time frame, we have a 15-minute imbalance here, and now we have a low. If there was an SMT at this, okay, let me drop down the 1 minute. Let's see, this could be a market maker sell model right here. Was this pre-market? I think I might have actually, this might have actually been the trade that I took. Did we have an SMT? Yeah, I remember. I think I took this actually. Monday. Oh, I'm gonna drop. And I think I'm gonna get FX replay, so we'll start to have backtesting sessions, which I think will be fire. Okay, Monday. Yeah, I do think I did take this. End up taking this. Where's the high? It might have been here. Yeah, the SMT was here, which I think if I were, I did actually end up taking this, and I don't hate this trade just because I'm targeting an internal low. Internal, I mean like on a smaller time frame, and like just look at order flow here, clearly bearish. I think that this is honestly alright trade. Yeah, I remember. I took a trade here, I took this short here, and then I put my stop at, I think this wick, and then I end up getting stop hunted. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So this would have been the soup. This does look like a clean market maker sell model. I'm gonna post this in the Discord. Yeah, me taking a trade here, my stop needs to be at this high. If I'm taking this trade here, I've already reviewed this. I already know where I went wrong here. But if I'm taking a trade here, my stop has to be at this high. And I'm getting like a 2.4 risk reward. What I did wrong this week and what my main focus going on the next week is just accepting the risk. Like I feel like this week I did not accept the risk at all. I wasn't really accepting the risk I was putting on the table. Therefore, I would made emotional mistakes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this trade ends up working out very nicely. I'm actually gonna put this in the Discord in the market maker sell model section. All right, just posted that. Yeah, this looks nice. Okay, so going into the day, I'm looking. I want to see price bounce here within the 1 hour fair value gap. Notice where are we also in equilibrium of this price leg? I don't think so actually. We actually are. So we've now rebalanced to equilibrium. Prices rebalanced to equilibrium. So I'm going to look for more structure to be put in place and a possibility for us to long. Okay, we come down, sweep internal. Big displacement higher. Could this just be a retracement into equilibrium? Okay, so prices retraced into equilibrium. I don't really have any structure to validate that we want to go anywhere though. There has to be a reason for the market to move. But we had big displacement, so I don't know. I can't really validate that we're going to go to this high just because I don't have the structure to. I don't really like this opportunity at all. In my opinion, there's not really opportunity there. All right, so let's see Tuesday. Okay, I remember I got caught up in a long Tuesday. So we've now generated buy side here. We have generated more buy side here. We're showing bullish order flow. I want to see this 1 hour fair value gap get hold. Notice how we also have a breaker here. This is the unicorn model. We have a breaker imbalance here. So I could be dropping down and looking for potentially us to bounce. We're taking a low here, but I need to see validation that we want to go higher. If we get displacement here, I know that we're probably going to head to this high. I think this is when I took a loss. Yeah, I remember I took an inverse. I took this trade. I took a trade here, and honestly, I don't hate it. I remember we had an S&T at the lows as well. I don't hate this. I took this inverse. I took this as an inverse just to target this high. I honestly don't think this is a terrible trade. I think I have my stop like here. I just don't think that there's not really enough structure. There's not really enough structure for me to take a trade. Like, this really isn't a trade that I should have taken. This really isn't a trade that I should have taken. But as we can see here, I would expect to see us possibly bounce here and take buy side. But we never end up doing because we don't have enough structure. And when I mean structure is like we don't have enough highs and lows to validate. Like, ideally, I want to see structure that looks like this, market structure. And, like, I know what I'm looking for. So why would I try to take anything that doesn't look like this? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for us generating liquidity to then rebalance to a PD array, to then have some sort of SMT, and then for us to get displacement higher to validate that we want to go higher. And then this is when I can enter here. And I can possibly catch another entry here. And I can possibly catch another entry here to target this high. So if I'm looking for this, why would I try to take anything that doesn't look like that? Okay, so anyways, we come down. Sell side's been met. We're still within that breaker. We still could bounce here. Keep that in mind. We still could bounce. So I'm looking, waiting. Again, we have kind of just generated sell side liquidity. Rebalancing to a 15-minute imbalance. If we get displacement, a short here wouldn't be bad, honestly. Taking a short right here. And look at that. Yeah, I think that this was a possible short. This was a possible short. I remember this. I do like that. Again, market maker buy, market maker sell model. That's how I view the market now. Alright. Now let's see. What time is it? It's 1. Okay, so this low got met. This is then when we could get another move back higher. Notice what we're doing on the way down. We're generating liquidity on the way down. Okay, we kind of have... Yeah, I don't really love anything here. Short or long. Yeah, we end up selling off. I really don't think that there was a possible trade there. Okay, so now we have put in a low here. We now have sell side here. We have if we wanted to take this high, we would have taken it here. We would have taken it here off this bounce here off the breaker. So I know that we probably don't want to go to this high right now. We just want to build liquidity to then take this high later. And this is what I'm talking about. We don't want to take this high right now because if we wanted to take it, we would have taken it here. We had a breaker imbalance here. This would have been a nice entry to target long, and we never end up holding that. Okay, so let's look on. Okay. All right, market opens up here. Again, I don't really like this either. We're generating liquidity. We're showing bullish order flow though. Okay. I want to see us hold above this. Hold above this imbalance. I want to see us break above this with some displacement. We kind of have a high here, an internal high here. We could possibly target. We take that high and then we just immediately dump. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Once we have dumped, we now took in this low. I actually did take a trade here, but the only reason I can take a trade here is to target some form of internal liquidity. Okay, this is the soup. We have an SMT at the lows. Displacement higher. This could be an entry. Okay, so the reason I actually was in this trade and I put my stop to break even. I've done a video, I've talked about it, but I was targeting this high. And I had my stop originally here, but then I moved it up. I don't think that this was necessarily a bad thing because I'm playing the soup here, and if I'm playing the soup, I'm expecting to see a quick move. And the fact that we have this quick move and then we have another soup here to when, yeah, we take this low and I'm expecting us to displace higher here. I want to see us displace higher and we don't. So the fact that we didn't do that tells me that we don't want to run in this high right now. And then we end up, this is just efficient bad price action because why? We just had a huge sell-off in the morning. We've now taken a higher time frame low. This low on the higher time frame after we had big displacement lower really wasn't efficient. The market was decent this day. You guys can watch a chart review on how I analyzed this, but basically there's not really a trade here. There's not really a trade here. And there actually was a nice long end of day long. I do want to look at. Yeah, it was this long right here because ES had left equal highs. ES had left equal highs. Hold up. Could you explain what soup is or turtle soup? Yeah. So turtle soup is, so when we are bullish, to get the most fantastic entries when we are bullish, we expect for market to run under old lows and to fake out people that were going short and to manipulate at lows. So when we're bullish, we want to buy under lows to get the best entries. So all turtle soup is saying that if we have a consolidation, if we're going back and forth, and if we are bullish, we should be manipulating at the lows. By manipulation, I mean we have a bunch. Why is this bugging? I don't know why it's. So traders are going to view this as a breakout. People that trade retail are going to see this as a breakout. But what the market's doing is we are faking out. We're faking out people to go short here, and we know also that a lot of people have their stops at this low. Sorry, wrong thing. We know that people that are going long within this consolidation are putting their stops here. So what is resting here? A lot of buy stops. So we know that markets will probably push price lower to then rally higher, stop out as much people as we can to then continue in the direction where the market's going to go. So if we are bullish, we are looking for price to run under an old low, some form of old low, to then reprice higher to stop out as much people as we can. Because if someone's long within this range, they're going to be probably trailing their stop. So if I take a long here, I'm going to put my stop here, or say I'm in here, I'm going to probably put my stop here, maybe put it to break even or something, and then market's going to come back in and then take that high, or take that low, and then make that efficient move. There, if you rewind a little bit, there was a turtle soup that actually was pretty clean. Yeah. So basically, we have a consolidation or whatever it may be. But turtle soups, I only like looking at turtle soups if it makes sense. Like just because we go under an old low does not mean that we're going to just dump or pump. Okay, so right here we have an SMT. And ES at the time had left equal highs. Somewhere. What? Am I? Is this? No, that's. Wait, what? Where was it? I thought we left equal highs. Maybe we did on ES? Okay, that's why. I don't know, y'all. Low key, I think sometimes I might have to I might have to start looking at ES because I didn't see that we had left equal highs. But yeah, we left equal highs on ES. So we left equal highs. We know the draw's still higher. Again, I went over this trade already in one of my chart reviews. So yeah, I really like this long. Oh wait, no, it wasn't here yet. It was here. Yeah, it was here. We had a SMT somewhere. What prop do you? I'm looking into using Top Step, but I use a live account right now. I use my own funds, but I would recommend Top Step. Top Step 100% if you're trading futures. So I did like that long on ES or on NQ, either or. And then Thursday, y'all know how I feel about Thursday. How I felt about Thursday. Thursday was awful, and now we're here. So I'm expecting higher prices within the upcoming week, and I want us to be bullish. I want to see how we respect this. Obviously, we could go lower, but it makes no sense for price to go lower. We don't need to go lower. We have all this liquidity resting above us. We know that market's probably going to target that. I can tell you that we are in a clear market maker buy model on NQ, and I'm expecting higher prices this week. I am going to be bullish this week. But anyways, that's all I really have for this session today. As always, I'll post these on YouTube. They're on YouTube, so if you ever want to go back and look over what happened, or if you missed one, you want to catch what happened, they will be on YouTube. But anyways, we'll be back Monday. And Monday, I'm hoping for good action, but at the same time, going every week expecting not to take a trade and expecting bad action, because when the action is bad, or if it is bad, you won't get flustered, you won't get emotional because you're expecting good action. But anyways, I'll see you guys